Hello and welcome back to my channel. So today I am working on my office space, as you can see behind me. With the holidays and family coming over to visit, this space kind of just got a little cluttered. As you can see, there's a crib behind me and my niece uses that when she comes and visits. So this kind of doubles as her room when she visits, and then the rest of the time, it's my office. Whenever she visits, I rearrange the room and kind of like put all my stuff to one side so she has more room. And with the holidays over now, I'm barely getting to organizing my office again, but I wanted to do like a deep clean and a reset. I might rearrange in here. So I took out a bunch of stuff from my office, so it doesn't look too bad right now, but that's only because I pulled a lot of stuff out, and I think I might try to pull everything out, vacuum. But one of the pain points I have with my office is I don't have a dedicated craft area or sewing area. I have my desk back here, and that's where I have my computer set up, and I like to get on my computer and work. But when it comes to my projects that I do, what I have to do is bring in a second table, and then I clear everything off of that and set it up for crafting. But it is kind of a hassle to do all of that, so I wanted a dedicated space just for crafting and just for my sewing supplies and craft stuff, because I am accumulating a lot of stuff. Since I started crafting more, I'll show you everything that I took out of my office. It looks messy, but only because I pulled all of this out. These two bins are filled with crafting items, sewing items. This table has the sewing machine on it and a lot of like random items. And then I have my lighting lamps right here. More sewing stuff, and then a pegboard. So that was actually in my room when I had my little work from home setup in there. But I took it down, and I haven't put it up in my office yet, just because I didn't know where I wanted it. So yesterday, as I was kind of clearing everything out, I got to thinking that I wanted another desk specifically for my sewing machine and all of my sewing supplies. Additionally, because I have that pegboard, I've seen people use it for crafting and sewing also as storage. So I wanted to get a second one of those pegboards and have it like on the wall by the desk. And so we went to Ikea yesterday to pick up those items that I needed, and I'll insert those clips here. We are in Ikea and currently walking through the showroom, and we are headed towards like the desk area. What else was I looking for? Oh, and the pegboards too. Okay, yeah, so doing some shopping for my office. Yeah, let's go. We are in the desk area. This is the desk that I actually have right now in my office, and I love it to work from, but I am looking for something that I can use as a sewing desk, and I believe it was this one that I saw online. I like how long it is, and it has these two drawers for organization. I just like how simple it is. There's like a little cord organizer hole right there, and then you can mix and match like these drawers to go with it, but I think I probably won't get a drawer or anything to go with it and just leave it as is.
There you go.
Wow, that's pretty cool. You can actually put a little charging port in that corner of the desk. Wow. Alright, so we got everything. We checked out. It was kind of a rush because they're closing right now, but I got an extra pegboard. This is the desk, And then you have to buy all the extra little organization attachments separately. So that's all of that. And then we kind of just got some miscellaneous items as well. I'm really excited to set everything up when we get back home. It's 9 o'clock and they're closed right now. So it was kind of a rush to go through the whole store, get everything we needed, but we made it, and yeah, I'm so excited to see how it's gonna look. And Peanut did so well too. She was looking everywhere, and I was just thinking about how as a dog there's just so much to look at that she's probably never seen before, and it was really fun, like just watching her reaction throughout the whole store. And she did so good. Good job, girl. Such a cutie. Good job, sweetie. We checked out of Ikea and we're now at Target. So Blogilates launched her collection at Target and it's only there for I think a couple of weeks. So I've been really wanting to go and check out what they have, and yeah. But I'm just waiting. I'm supposed to be meeting up with Rolanda, so I'm kind of just waiting for her to show up. And then we'll see. Hopefully this Target has the collection. I don't know if it's been like selling out or what, but I hope there is good stock here. Rolanda's here. We're inside Target now and gonna look around. Blogilates. Their stock is limited. These are kind of cute too. It's like a little corset. And they don't have my size. I think she sells like those really big water bottles that you can
purchase.
Yeah. These jackets are kind of cute. I like this color. Ooh, cute, cute. Shorts.
Shorts underneath.
Oh my gosh, that's cute. All right, there's a lot of limited stock here. I picked out a few items to try, but I really wanted to try like the skirts that she had, which were like the tiered skirts. But yeah, sizing is super limited. Yeah, let's go try these on. All right, here's the first item. I think it looks so cute. I love the color. And look at the skirt, it's very flowy. So this dress also has shorts underneath, and the shorts do have a pocket on the side, which I think is a cool little feature. I was a little worried because it is more form-fitting and I am self-conscious about my midsection right here, so I was worried about it showing like this part off, but it doesn't do that at all and I'm very surprised. All right, and here is the black jumpsuit. It's really comfortable. It has pockets and a very flowy leg. And then the neckline is very wide. It also has thumb holes. It's very comfortable. Try to get my full body in there. All right, and here is the blue version of the same jumpsuit. I think the color is so pretty. Again, we have pockets, super wide-legged. I will say the fabric is very thin, and if you wear this color, I feel like you'd have to wear nude underwear. And because it has a very wide neckline, you can see my bra strap. So that'd be kind of hard to hide. I don't think I'd feel comfortable wearing no bra with this because there's no like built-in bra with this one. With the purple outfit, there was like a shelf bra with the option to add in pads. So that one had more support, but this one, I feel like you'd have to wear something under it. But I really like the color. And like I said, like I am self-conscious about my midsection. With this color, I feel like you can see this area a little bit better versus the black. I feel like black just like hides everything. But it's really cute and comfortable. And we are back. So the IKEA trip was successful. We got everything that we needed and now we just have to set everything up. And so I'm really excited. Before we start setting anything up though, I'm gonna finish clearing out the room. I have several more items to clear out of here. So let's go do that. have the room all cleared out. I vacuumed the floor, and yeah, it looks so empty. It reminds me of when I first got my office set up. I painted it white, and it was just a blank slate for me to start my social media business. And yeah, it just kind of brings me back to that time, and I was so excited, filled with hope, and not really knowing what the future would look like, but this was like a blank slate for me to start something of my own. I don't know, I'm getting those feelings again of just being excited to create something new here. I feel like the space that I'm in also affects me. How do I explain this? Like how the place looks, how it's decorated. I feel like how you create a space affects your mindset and how you feel when you're in the space. I do want this to become something that makes me feel inspired to create. And it did do that for me, but I think the clutter kind of gets out of control, and then seeing that like affects me in a not so good way. So I want to try to reorganize the space into something that works a little bit better for me, and we'll kind of see how it goes. I have an idea in my mind, but I don't know how it's gonna look once it's all said and done. But I don't know, I'm really excited to start something new. All right, so the next step is to set up the furniture. All right, let's go and do this. Here is the desk that I wanted to get from Ikea. It is this style Mick, I think is what it's called. And it's in white. It's just a very simple desk. I love the design of it. And it's just very long, which I feel like will be perfect for crafting. I'll also have my sewing machine on this table. So I think it'll be perfect. And hopefully it's not too hard to put together. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. All right, all of that moving made me thirsty, so I'm gonna make a little drink. I made some Navajo tea the other day, and I chilled the tea after it was done brewing, so I'm just gonna have iced Navajo tea. I have my cup full of ice here, and I'm going to sweeten the tea with this passion fruit honey puree. I got this at Costco a while back, and it says you can have it hot with hot or cold tea. You can also use it as a jam, a salad dressing, or just a beverage base. It's basically just passion fruit with honey. This will be my sweetener. I've actually made this before, and it was really, really good with the iced Navajo tea. And I'm just gonna spoon, I don't know, maybe like 3 spoonfuls into this cup here. You know what? I might shake this up. I think it has these like seeds in there, so I have the passion fruit in my cup. You can kind of see it. And then I have the tea. I just put it in this cup, so I'm gonna pour a little bit into here. The seeds are crunchy, and I do recommend, if you make this, to drink it with a straw. It kind of reminds me of boba in a way, but all the seeds are down here, and they're very sweet. I mean, not too sweet, but I recommend drinking it from a straw so that you can grab the seeds while you're drinking. Otherwise, they just kind of sit down here, and you won't taste them until like the very end, and it'll be like all the sweetness down here. But this is so refreshing. I definitely need to make this more often. And I have a lot more Navajo tea left over, so I'm just gonna refrigerate this. The desk is all put together. This is one of the last steps. So originally the desk comes with this little like sleeve, and then you can put your like cords in here to hide them. But we got this little accessory. So this just pops into there, and it's basically like a charging port, and it'll be super accessible. And they had that just off to the side where they had the desks at. So I thought that was a little cool modification you could do. Cute. Here's the update so far. So that shelf was originally in my room, and I wanted to see how it would work in here. And I wanted it to kind of act as a little divider for the room. In this corner, we put the desk right here, and I'm envisioning these pegboards on the wall and using them to organize all of my sewing and crafting stuff. And I'm hoping this shelf can be used as more storage for my craft stuff. Alright, so I'm sitting at my new crafting area. I really love how it came out. In one of the previous vlogs where I'm working on my ribbon skirt, my sewing machine starts to give me issues, and I haven't quite figured out how to fix it yet. I've troubleshooted it, but in the meantime, my Nellie actually gave me this sewing machine behind me, so I grabbed it out of storage and brought it out here, and it's making me so excited and inspired to sew more. But first, I also have to finish that ribbon skirt. So that's my next project, and I need to set up this sewing machine and kind of get used to it since I'm so used to the other machine. But I am so happy with how my office is turning out. The idea that I had in my mind was to split the room into 2 different sections. And so the first section as you walk in will be the crafting area, which is this, and it'll be dedicated to all of my crafting projects, and I'll have all my crafting supplies here. And then the second part of the room will be kind of like my office, where I edit my videos, where I answer emails, and just all of like the, I guess, administrative stuff that I do at my desk. All right, I think I will call it a night for now, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Hello and good morning. So it's a couple of days later, and I wanted to show you the progress I have of the office so far. As you saw previously, I set this whole area up, and I was working on organizing all of my supplies into these bins. I want to get a couple more of the bins to go here, and then I think I might just leave the top 2 empty for like decor or something. On top of the shelf, I have my boba fridge and then my boba bouquet. And I got this frame from Ikea a while back, and I wanted to print out a picture of Peanut to put in there, but I haven't yet done that. This boba fridge has been in my room, just sitting there, and I haven't been using it. But I think having it in my office, I'll be able to use it a lot more. It opens this way. It's not plugged in right now, but I like to put little snacks in there, so that'll be cool. And on top of the boba fridge, I have my little dumpling light. Towards the back of the office, I think I'm gonna try and see how I like my desk against the wall like so, because it leaves a good walking area right here, and it kind of opens up the space a little more. So I want to try this out. I also have this monitor that's just been sitting in my office, and I haven't used it, but I want to start using it. I do need to find the cords to go with it. I just put this side table back where it was, and I didn't organize anything on it. I want to find a different solution for this. I don't really like the open shelving because it does look really cluttered with all of like my books and notebooks and stuff. So it would be nice to find an area where I can organize that and put it aside and it's not so openly cluttered, but that's what I have so far for there. I put my clothing rack back where it was before. I just like how it fits in that little nook so perfectly. My ring light, I've been leaving it just assembled and up just because I use it a lot. We have this mirror. I don't quite know what I want to do with it. I don't know. It's nice to have a mirror in here when I'm doing like my videos, styling videos and whatnot. When I'm not using it, it is kind of just like in the way, and yeah. So I don't know what to do with that. So I have this bag of Ikea accessories to go on my pegboard. I didn't know what little accessories I wanted to get, so I just kind of grabbed a little bit of everything. So at Ikea, you buy the pegboards, but you have to buy like the little shelving units separately. And I have a ton of those items in here, so I thought we could put them up on my pegboard together and kind of just try to organize everything in there. I'll go through the items that I got. So first off, I got these like little cubby things, and they just hook onto the pegboard, and you can put like pencils in here or just like miscellaneous items. Next up, I got these little containers. It's basically the same thing as this thing, but they are clear and they have a lid. So I think that's kind of cool. You get to see what exactly is inside when you have it up. Next up, I got these hooks to put on there. And I wanted something that I could put my ribbons on because I am making more ribbon skirts. So I want to display my ribbons on here. I think it'll look really pretty as well, the different colors. Next up, I have this long, shallow shelf. If you can see behind me, I have one up already right here. And it came in a pack with this and these little attachments. In the pack, it comes with 2 of these clippy things. I've used these to hang up like little Polaroid pictures on my pegboard. In terms of my sewing supplies, I don't know what I can use these for. I guess I'll see what I can do with these little clips. And in that same pack of items, it came with this hook. And lastly, I got a 3-pack of these little like bungee cord things. And again, I don't know exactly what I'm going to use it for, but I kind of just wanted to get a variety of different attachments so that I can kind of experiment with them. And if I do end up liking one more than the other, I can go back to Ikea and get more of those. As you can see behind me, I already have some items put up, but I kind of just put those up temporarily. So I think I'm going to pull everything down so that I can start with a blank slate and just mess around with the placement of everything. So let's go do that together. All right, and here is the finished product. I think it looks so organized and it's making me feel motivated to get on with my sewing projects. It's gonna make it so much easier for me to just grab whatever I need to work with versus going through all of my storage and trying to find what I'm looking for. So first off, I placed these bins, and then I wanted to go one above with the solid ones. But these ones, what you do is you just slide it out, grab what you need, and then you can slide it back in. And I love how you can see exactly what is inside the bin, so you can easily grab what you're looking for. coming up here with these bins, I just put items like I have bias tape here, markers, fabric markers, and then rotary cutters. And then above that, we have these longer shelves, and I'm kind of just using them for decor right now. I don't really have anything sewing wise to put in there, but I have my fake plant and then my cat cup. Coming over to this side, I put the remaining 2 clear bins right here. And I was going to continue with these ones all the way across as well, but I needed space for the hooks because I wanted to hang my scissors. And yeah, this is just going to make it so easy for me to reach and grab these scissors when I need them. And then with these hooks, I was able to put most of my ribbon on them. So these ribbon right here are 7/8 of an inch wide, and I was only able to fit 1 spool on 1 hook. I was hoping to get 2 per hook, but there was not enough space. Coming down to these ribbons, these ones are like thinner ones. This is 3/8 of an inch. And I was able to fit 4 of them on this 1 hook. And then these ones are even smaller. I have, let's see, I think 2 on here so far. And then I did have these little spools of ribbon. And so I kind of just put them in these clear bins to store. I have my thread here. And then these are like little pins and needles. And then this is fabric eraser, pencil sharpener, and then my measuring tape. I did not use everything, so I have 3 extra containers right here. I have these like wired containers as well. And then the clips. I don't know what to do with the clips. I had these like little photo cards when I was using the pegboard as like for my work from home office. I like had these clipped up on there. And then I didn't get around to using these either. I feel like I just kind of ran out of space too. In the future, I would love to get 2 more pegboards to put them on the top here, and then that would give me even more space to organize my stuff. And I guess I could like bunch these together closer to kind of scooch it all this way, and then I'd have more space. So yeah, but for now, I think I'm going to keep this as it is right now. See how I like it. I might mess with it a little bit later, but right now I like it. Also, that top shelf, I don't know what to do with that. I don't really have any more decor pieces. I do have a print that I bought. I have this really cute print that I got from one of the native holiday markets that went on last month. And I want to get a frame for it so I can like put it up on the wall. But maybe for now, I can just like set it there. I have the like protective plastic over it so like you can see the reflection of light. But I don't know, it'd be nice to get a frame for that so I can put it up on the wall somewhere. And that's my sewing desk setup. I also forgot to mention that I have a lot of storage still in these drawers. And I want to get like the little dividers to go in here. But yeah, there's 2 drawers here. So I got a ton of storage left. But yeah, I'm really happy with how the space turned out. And now I think I am ready to finally complete my ribbon skirt. So I left off on sewing the ribbons down, and I was having issues with my last machine skipping stitches. So now that I have my whole sewing space set up, I'm gonna mess around with this sewing machine. I've never used it before. I'm gonna have to look up online like instructions on all the different settings and then test it out on some scrap fabric. But yeah, I'm really excited to finish this. I know it's really late. This skirt was supposed to be for Christmas and the holidays because of the pattern, but I'm still excited to finish it and try it on, see how it looks. Maybe I'll still wear it regardless of the holidays being over already, because I feel like I do want to wear it at least once. Alright, so I was able to sew along the top of this first ribbon, and the machine did pretty well. I was messing with all of the different settings, trying to get it how I wanted it. So I was able to sew this first line without any problems, but then I came down to the bottom of the same ribbon and started sewing along there, but for some reason I'm having issues with the thread bunching up on the bottom part here, and it just kind of like gets to a point where it gets so bunched up the machine will stop working and the thread gets really tight, so I have to pull it out. The advice I saw online was to rethread the machine, which I did. I tested sewing it on a scrap piece of fabric and it worked out, so hopefully I won't have the issue again. But I'm just gonna like seam rip this part and just like start over on the bottom ribbon. Alright, so I think rethreading the machine helped because it didn't bunch up this time. So I have the first ribbon sewn down and I'm just gonna continue to sew. But yeah, I'll check in with you guys in a little bit as I go further. Checking in with you all. So I have the first panel of ribbon all sewn down. I think the sewing machine did a really good job. There were no skipped stitches, and I'm really happy with how the skirt is turning out so far. So I have a second panel to finish up as well. I think I'll start on it now and see how far I can get. I think I'm just gonna go until I get tired. But yeah, so far it's been very like relaxing and therapeutic sewing, and I love the whole desk setup. It makes it so much easier and everything is just where I need it to be. I've just been listening to music and sewing and just really enjoying it. So if you're also kind of a beginner like me at sewing ribbon skirts, I do recommend doing a little test on a scrap piece of fabric and also practicing with like the ribbon also. So like I cut out this piece of fabric, it was just like a little extra piece that I had, and I placed the ribbon on the fabric with the heat and bond, just like I did with my skirt. And then I went through and sewed along the lines of the ribbon, and it does help you to figure out how to line up your needle so that you can get the stitch exact along the edges of the ribbon. Okay, hopefully you can see that, but I did test stitches all along here on all of the ribbon and even did some down here. But this also helped me to play around with the stitch length and the tension and figure out those settings for myself. Yeah, there's a lot of different like variations, just trying to tune my machine to what I like the best. If you run out of the test ribbon to do, you can always seam rip those threads off and you can start with a whole new blank slate. So this did come in handy while I was setting up this machine since I've never worked with it before. And I think it really helped a lot to get the stitching on the skirt just how I want it to be. So yeah, that's a little tip for you. It's currently 9 p.m. right now. I don't want to stay up too late because I have to get up sort of early tomorrow. But I'm just gonna go maybe for like another hour or so. All right, I will check in with you guys here again soon. Hello and good morning. So I'm gonna feed Peanut and I wanna show you like what I've been doing so far. It's been working really good for her. So typically Peanut is a really picky eater, and I would have to change up her food every month. She would get used to it and it just wouldn't interest her anymore. Additionally, aside from her being a picky eater, she has had some health concerns recently. We've been taking her to the vet. They haven't quite pinpointed exactly what it is, but she is doing a lot better now than she was before, which is really good. But also, ever since she has been having issues, she's been needing to stay on a soft food diet. So I have been feeding her the Honest Kitchen. So this is part of their dehydrated food category. So this one is the turkey recipe and it's grain free. Outside of the box, this is how the food looks. It's just dehydrated. And for her size, I've been doing a half cup of the dry food. This is a quarter cup, so 2 scoops of this. And then we go over to the sink. I'll put 3/4 cups of water in here. I'll make sure it's warm water as well. I have her food here with the water in it, and then you just mix it up. At first it's gonna be a little runny, but as the food absorbs the water, it'll get thicker. So you're gonna mix it up and just let it sit for a few minutes and wait for it to thicken up. To make her food just a little bit more enticing, I've been loving these pour overs. So this is from the Honest Kitchen as well. They have a lot of different flavors. I just grabbed like a variety of flavors. This one is the chicken and pumpkin stew. You don't use this as a meal, you just put it on top of their food. So this is how it looks. I know this looks like a really small box, but what I do is I just drizzle a little bit over the top of her food. And this will last me maybe like a week, which I feel like is pretty good. So if I get 4 of these, it'll last me about a month. All right, so as you can see, her food has thickened up. I'm gonna put the food topper on top. And that's her food all ready to go. I know it looks a little weird, but she loves it. Are you ready, baby? Are you hungry? Shall we go eat? All right, so Peanut is eating her food, but I have really been loving this brand of dog food. So far, she hasn't gotten tired of it. And I feel like the ingredients are really good. So it is human grade dog food. That just means the food is made with human grade ingredients versus animal feed grade ingredients. So I feel like the quality is so much better. But I will say it is an investment for this food, but it does last a long time. This is the 7-pound box of food, but it makes 28 pounds of food overall once you add the water to it. And Peanut, she's a small dog, so it lasts her quite a while. I don't mind spending money on high quality dog food because I just want her to be the most healthy that she can be, and especially if it's something that she is enjoying and she is eating. And yeah, I thought I would share that with you. She is such a big part of my life. Yeah, honestly, I feel like she's my child and I love her so much and she brings me so much joy. So I want to incorporate her more into these vlogs because she is such a huge part of my life. Yeah. I am back in my office and I'm gonna continue sewing my skirt. I sewed down this red ribbon last night and I still have all of these remaining colors. I feel like I am getting a little bit better. I'm getting more used to this machine and so it is going a little bit faster, which is nice. checking in again to say there's another issue going on with the sewing machine. So the issue is a little bit different this time. It's just not going. Like, I push on the pedal and it's making that noise. And if I try to use the hand wheel, it's like really hard to turn it. So I don't know what the issue is with that. I am going to have to again look up online what the causes could be and try to troubleshoot. I did like rethread my machine and that didn't help. So I feel like that can't be the issue, but like for some reason, like the inner mechanisms seem to be like kind of stuck, or like they don't really move that easily. I don't really know how old this machine is and what use it's had in the past. I don't know if it's fairly new or if it needs like maintenance or anything. It has crossed my mind to go out and purchase a brand new sewing machine, but they can be expensive, so I feel like that'll be a last resort. If I can troubleshoot and get this one to work and work with this one, that would be my first option, of course. But yeah, it can be a little frustrating. I feel like I hit a flow and I'm like, okay, things are going good, but then I run into an issue, so. And I feel like this isn't normal. Like normally when I sew, like of course some things will happen and I'll have to troubleshoot that, but like for this specific project, there's just a lot of things that have been going wrong. Yeah, I'll report back to you when I do a little bit more research and see if I can come up with a solution. I am back with some tools and several Q-tips. My best guess for what's going on is there's lint buildup in the machine, and it may also need to be oiled, but I'm gonna see if I can take off this thing and then open up the plate right here and see what's under there. There doesn't look to be like there's a ton of lint, and so I'm kind of thinking the issue is it needs to be oiled. I'm like looking at the little mechanisms in here as I'm turning the hand wheel because it's like really hard to turn the hand wheel, and I'm guessing wherever it's moving, it's just having a hard time with that. But it is kind of hard to see back there. I was only able to take off the front cover of it. So I think I will clean out the lint anyways, whatever lint I can see, but I feel like other than that, there's really not much I can do. Stuff is just falling out. It looks like there's a really like old lubricant in there. So like you can see this stuff that dripped right here. There's like this dark colored thing right here. It's kind of hardened up. Oh, whoops. And you can see like this white stuff like right here. I don't know if that's even lubricating anything anymore. It is so much later now. It's 9:22, and as you saw before, I opened up several compartments of the sewing machine. There wasn't too much lint, but there was a lot of like gunky stuff down under here, and I kind of cleaned that out as best as I could. And then I kind of just took a little bit of a break. I looked up a sewing machine maintenance shop in the valley, and the base rate for like a routine maintenance thing was $100. And then if there were any like additional issues that they found, it would be an extra $50+. And so at that point, I was like, you know what? In my head, I felt like it might make more sense to just buy a whole new sewing machine. I was doing some research on sewing machines, but after just kind of pausing, taking a break, came back to the machine. I was able to pull off the back cover, so that was a little hard. There were some hidden screws that were keeping it held together, but finally got it off and was able to put some oil on all of the moving parts. And after doing that, the machine is actually working a lot better, and it's a lot easier to sew. I can definitely feel a difference. So after all of that hassle, I can now continue sewing down the ribbon. I feel like I've been on this step for so long, and I'm just ready to like finish it. So I'm pretty sure I can finish that tonight and then pick it up again tomorrow. I finally have both panels sewn, and now I can finally start on assembling the skirt, and this is where it's going to really start to take shape, and you'll start to see it actually look like a skirt. I'm so happy I got to get this done today. I had my doubts on whether we could get this machine working again, and I was seriously looking at buying a whole new machine and also dreading how much that was gonna cost me. But I'm glad this one still has some use that I can get out of it for now. I'm hoping it'll last me a while. I don't want this vlog to get too long, so I think I'm gonna end it here. So please look out for part 3, where I will hopefully be showing you a finished skirt. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and turn on your post notifications, and I will see you next time. Bye!